A tiny detail can be a key to solving the crime. The sum of small details leading to the main clue. Little things, but there's nothing more important than little things in an investigation. The most notorious felonies of the past. I will tell you how decades ago, criminologists sent criminals behind bars without relying on special equipment, surveillance cameras, and electronic databases. What an investigation was like when the most intricate crimes were solved only with the help of intuition and obtained physical evidence. The evidence.
I feel so sorry for these girls. They say she was first raped, then strangled.
Tanya, don't read it.
No, look. This girl looks like our Viola. Viola, are you there?
Leave her alone, Tanya.
Wait a minute. Viola, are you there? Viola! Viola!
Violka!
Come on, say something. Vadik, call the police! Viola's gone!
At night, a police officer appeared on the doorstep of the Kogutov family. He wanted to find out if a 20-year-old Violetta had returned from the dance party.
Who is it?
Police! Are you Violetta Kogutova's mother?
Yes, I am.
Is she back from the dance party yet?
Let me see.
One model mother.
No, I think she's enjoying herself somewhere. Youth, you know.
Sophia Mikhailovna, I'm afraid Violetta has disappeared.
What do you mean, disappeared?
On a May evening, during a dance party in Odessa's Shevchenko Park, Violetta Kogutova disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Normally, the police would launch their search operations 3 days after the person was reported missing, but not this time. A week before, Violetta disappeared. The body of Sophia Sherman was found in the same park. Before she died, the girl was raped. Then the police failed to find an offender, while the trail was still hot. And this is a photo of Tatyana Skorik. She disappeared a year earlier. When the police saw the photos of Violetta and Tatyana, they could not believe their eyes. The girls looked stunningly alike, although there were no direct links between them. They were not related either. They lived in different areas. In 1976, all of Odessa was discussing a maniac killing similarly looking girls. The rape and murder of Sonya Sherman were investigated by Detective Nestor Golovin. He took up the investigation of the missing Skorik and Kogutova.
Damn it!
Careful, Nestor Ivanovich. Hello.
Hi. Let's shift places. It's kind of cramped here. Hi, Petrovich. What have we got?
We've already been working here for an hour, but still not much to report. It's a public toilet. Dozens of fingerprints and footprints. No blood. The only possible clue is this dress belt.
Is this the missing girl's belt?
We don't know yet. Her friend is outside. You can ask.
We'll ask. Listen, Petrovich, are there any traces at all? To put it simply, did the girl leave the toilet herself, or was she forced to?
Damn if I know. Look here. There are a couple long tracks, like a trail.
So the girl was dragged?
I can't be 100% sure. When you slipped there, you left exactly the same trail. So it's a 50-50 chance.
Okay. Not much. Not much. Toilet.
Yes?
Take our friend of the missing girl to the attorney's office. Let's talk to her there.
Okay.
All right. Keep working, guys. Oh, shoot!
Be careful, Nestor Ivanovich.
I am!
Why are you sitting idle? Why are you fooling around with this stupid watering can?
Antonina, don't yell.
What the?
It's nighttime. The flowers are asleep.
What the hell? He's gonna kill her.
Okay. Spit it out, step by step. We did you end up in the park? And who is he?
My girlfriend Violetta Kogutova and we were at a dance party. I was with Vadik and she was alone. She's a pretty girl, and many guys flirted with her every now and then, especially Otar Larashvili. His nickname is Lord. The whole neighborhood knows him. He works as a film projectionist in our park.
That's good.
Perfect evening.
Lord invited Violetta to a slow dance. At first, the guy behaved harmlessly, but then he got handsy.
Hey, no, let me go.
Hey, come on.
Let me go. Vadik, talk to him.
Why should I?
What are you, a wuss?
Listen, keep your hands off.
Back off. Go dance with your hippo.
Okay, you're dead.
What did you say? Come here. Who are you? I'll break your legs. You understand?
Be my guest.
Relax, relax. Let go. Don't want me to be nice? Wait till you see me nasty.
I'm going home. Alone? No, we will walk you home. Come on, Vadik.
Okay.
Friends left the dance floor. Violetta saw a toilet and said she would be back in a minute. Her girlfriend and her fiancé stayed, waiting outside. Time went by. Violetta did not return.
Oh, look. This girl looks like our Viola. Viola, are you there?
Tanya, leave her alone.
Wait. Violetta, are you there? Vadik, call the police. Viola's missing. Lord kidnapped her, I'm sure.
Kidnapped? Why didn't you hear any screams or any noise then?
There was loud music coming from the dance floor. He could go like this, and you wouldn't hear anything.
I see. Do you, young man, have anything to add? Let's start searching.
As soon as next morning, Detective Golovin interviewed other witnesses of the dance floor brawl. They said that right after the fight, Otar Larashvili went away walking in the same direction as did Violetta with her friend and her fiancé. Studying Lord's file, the detective found an interesting detail. Otar knew Sonya Sherman, a girl who was killed and raped a week before Violetta Kogutova went missing. Sonya worked as a barmaid in the same park, where Larashvili worked as a projectionist. A hot Georgian man courted the girl. I swear I didn't touch Viola. What should I do to prove it? When I realized that it wouldn't work out, I just went home.
Can someone confirm it?
No, I live alone. And I didn't meet anyone I knew on my way home.
Otar Savovich, take a look. This is Tatyana Skorik. The girl has already been missing for a year. And this is Sonya Sherman. You knew her well. The girl was raped and killed a week ago. And this is Violetta Kogutova. You harassed her yesterday in the park and promised to show her your nasty self.
I didn't touch her. I thought she was a slut.
Mind your language. Here. This is your arrest warrant. Come on, comrades. After the search, you will go with us. We will take your skin and blood samples. Because Sonya Sherman had the killer's blood under her fingernails, we will compare it to yours.
I don't believe in these genetics. It's pseudoscience.
It's pure physiology, son.
Nestor Ivanovich,
Well,
look.
what's there?
Under the tabletop, the detective found several reels of film which Larishvili apparently did not want to be found. Why don't we play them? Could be Deep Purple or something.
No, Petrovich. You don't want to listen to them, you want to watch. This is a VHS tape.
At that time, a rare Soviet Union citizen would come across a VCR. Their serial production did not begin until the mid-1970s.
One of the novelties is a video recorder allowing to record and play back any television program.
These tape recorders can be called anything but portable. Some models weighed 30 kilograms. They used tape reels. And this technical wonder cost about 1,500 rubles, a real fortune. In fact, a VCR was not available for sale to private individuals until the mid-1980s. It could only be owned by enterprises, though frequently sitting at their boss's home. That day, the detective, overcoming huge difficulties, managed to find a VCR. He wanted to understand what Larishvili's tapes had in store.
Damn! Begging the district attorney for this recorder was a hell of a job. We only have half a day. Okay, this end goes here, this one goes here.
What do we want to see on it?
I read in special literature that there are monsters in the West who shoot rape on a camera.
Man, what a pervert one has to be to do it.
Quiet, it's on.
The tapes contained pornographic records. The distribution of such products was a criminal offense. But that was not in Golovin's domain.
What are you smiling at? Call Larishvili. It's disgusting.
Sit down.
Tell me, Larishvili, is it a kind of film you show at your park theater?
No. Larishvili explained that he had taped adult content as he knew two guys with VCRs and lent these films to his friends. He was crystal clear on the advantage of admitting this crime rather than being a suspect in a case involving one dead and two missing women. And I didn't follow Viola that evening. I had a meeting.
With who?
With a friend. He is the son of the district attorney. Right after the brawl on the dance floor, I went to hand over the tape.
We will check all this. Tolya,
Yes?
take him away.
Larishvili's hopes that the detectives bought his alibi were futile. No one was going to interrogate the son of a high-key boss from the attorney's office. What really saved the projectionist was that, according to the examination data, the blood and skin particles found under the murdered Sonya Sherman's nails belonged to somebody else. Another thing lucky for Larishvili was the weather that day, however strange it may seem. Those days, Odessa's usual heat retracted, and local residents and tourists reduced the consumption of their favorite refreshing drink, kvass, dispensed from legendary yellow barrels. This seemingly irrelevant fact led the investigation to arrive at the first significant material evidence in this case. The famous yellow barrels dispensing kvass appeared on the streets of Soviet cities in the late 1960s. Kvass, a national drink made by fermenting stale bread with malt, could be found on every corner. A barrel contained 900 liters. In the heat, such a quantity could be sold in one day. Notwithstanding the spooky gossips about the white worms allegedly flocking at the barrel's bottom. Kvass was the most affordable of all drinks, and its price had not changed for years. 6 kopecks for a large mug and 3 for a small one. Often people filled 3-liter jars or enameled cans with it. The next day, after Violetta Kogutova's disappearance, a seemingly inconspicuous event happened in the park. The barrel ran out of kvass. An inexperienced saleswoman did not believe her eyes. The day was not hot. The demand was being quite moderate for the 2 consecutive days. All this and the amount of the generated revenue clearly suggested that the kvass reserve had to certainly suffice until the evening.
What?
And it's all?
1 second. Strange. There's still half a barrel in. Will you give me that pole, please?
There. It's terrible. I will complain.
Young women of resembling appearance disappeared under similar circumstances in Odessa during a year. Violetta Kogutova mysteriously vanishes from a toilet of the summer dance floor in Taras Shevchenko Park. Investigator Nestor Golovin found out that right before Violetta was gone, the girl had a conflict with Otar Lorashvili. The guy was detained. He completely denied his guilt in Violetta's disappearance. The next day, a kvass seller found a woman's dress in her barrel. The woman pulled this dark terracotta-colored dress out of the barrel. The missing Violetta wore exactly the same dress at the time she disappeared. One of the indignant customers, not willing to tolerate this outrage, called the police. Information about the strange discovery was immediately reported to Detective Golovin. Intrigued by this bizarre finding, he decided to find out where the barrel was on the night of Violetta's disappearance. This is a lot where kvass barrels are parked overnight. Interestingly, this area is adjacent to the park where Violetta disappeared.
Some kind of dark matter. The dress is there, but the body is not.
Maybe it was planted.
Well, what's there?
We've inspected all the barrels. They're empty.
Tolia, call the watchman.
Okay.
You mean absolutely nothing? Just the dress and that's it? Strange.
Nestor Ivanovich, this is the watchman, Yakov Rapoport.
Yeah?
He was on duty last night.
Please recall what happened yesterday, after 10 p.m.
After 10 p.m., the place turns into a real havoc. A dancing club is nearby, so young people flock here for their dates. Last night's watch was not free of unwanted visitors either. Just around 10 p.m., the watchman heard strange sounds and went to the round. Suddenly, a man jumped out from under the barrel. Who are you? Get out of here!
Get lost, man! So you say the man jumped out?
Yes, he was stuttering.
Really? What did he look like? Can you describe him?
It was dark, except that
What?
the man was not young. The hairstyle was an old-school one, not long locks, like the young ones wear. And the trousers were classic style, not flare.
So, tell me, have you met this girl?
No.
All right, thanks.
The visit was not too informative. Who threw the dress of the missing girl into the kvass barrel remained unclear. The detective asked to raise the watchman's personnel file. After all, he was the one who had an unlimited access to the barrels for at least 12 hours. Yakov Rapoport was registered in Odessa on Uspenskaya Street, but his mother lived on Bunin Street, in the same block as the missing Violetta. Another fact not directly related to the case baffled the detective. After graduating from the conservatory and working as a music teacher for 10 years, Rapoport strangely worked as a watchman.
Don't hit the keys.
The next day, Golovin came to the music school. He wanted to make inquiries about the former teacher.
Don't hit the keys. There you go.
The school principal met with the detective.
Okay, smart girl. Go drink some water.
Hello, I'm Detective Golovin from the attorney's office. I called you.
Yes, I'm all ears.
I'm interested in the former employee, Yakov Rapoport.
Yashka Rapoport? He is an international competitions winner, too, you know. The line of parents wishing to have him as a music teacher for their kids could stretch from here to the Central Market.
Why did he quit then?
Well, you see, at first everything was fine. Then he began to allow himself too much. He got handy.
What do you mean?
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Play.
What do you mean?
Just play.
Play the piano?
Well, yes.
Honestly, I don't remember how to do it, but suppose we try this. Now, what are you doing?
That's what I was trying to say. Sometimes I drop by his room during his class to see a girl student sitting on his lap. Can you imagine a father who'd bear with things like that?
No way.
The detective came over to Violetta Kogutova's mother.
Oh, that's her dress. Where have you found it?
In the kvass barrel.
She said that her daughter attended a music school, and Rapoport, working as a watchman now, used to be her teacher.
His mother lives nearby. Can you believe what a pervert she gave birth to?
Well, you shouldn't be so upset. The dress still doesn't mean anything. We'll find your girl. Let's freshen up. Please don't cry. Calm down. No, Sophia Mikhailovna, please don't cry. Calm down.
The detective noticed that there was a cup on the edge of the sink with only one toothbrush in it.
Sophia, is this your toothbrush?
Yes.
Don't rush to bury your daughter. Put her brush where it belongs.
Oh, yes. I just put it in the closet so as not to cry every time I see it.
Well, you see, it's better now.
Obtaining a warrant to search watchman Yakov Rapoport's place was not a problem, although the detective understood that the watchman could have got rid of the evidence in a day. The group armed themselves with an ultraviolet lamp allowing to detect traces of sperm, saliva, or washed-out blood unseen by the naked eye. Look, Ivanovich, it'll keep us busy for a week.
Pervert. Turn on the lights. We need to see. Petrovich, did you find a tennis racket here?
No.
It's kind of tough to play tennis without a racket, isn't it, Rapoport?
This hiding trick was not new for the detective. The solution was simple. You make an incision in a tennis ball, thus making it a reliable, though not too spacious, storage.
Look, Petrovich.
Gotcha, beast.
Freak.
Women's panties were found at a Rapoport's place, which gave good grounds to detain him. The forensic specialist took samples of his blood and epithelium to run tests. Violetta Kogutova's mother said that the lingerie belonged to her daughter. It was also sent for examination. The results were ready in the morning. Yakov Rapoport did not kill Sonya Sherman, the girl whose corpse was found 10 days ago. The blood and epithelium samples under her fingernails didn't match the watchman's. The lingerie found in his cabin did not bring any new information either. It had been carefully washed. Rumors that the former music teacher suspected of killing 3 girls quickly spread across Odessa. In the morning, a crowd gathered at the attorney's office. People demanded that Rappaport be turned in to them for lynching.
Wow, that's quite a few people out there. All craving for an encounter with you. You are a popular man, Rappaport. So will you confess, or should I turn you over to these people?
I'm not guilty of these girls. I only knew Viola, but the whole 8 years ago. She was my music student and lives next door to my mother.
And how did you get her panties?
When did Viola disappear? 3, 4 days ago? But I've had these panties for a whole week.
I don't understand.
The watchman told that a week ago he was visiting his mother, sitting by the window. That day, Sophia Kogutova, whose daughter Violetta went missing, was doing massive laundry. The clothesline the Kogutovs used was attached to Rappaport's balcony. Yakov waited until Sophia returned to the apartment and pulled off her daughter's underwear from the clothesline.
Yasha, go eat!
I'm coming, Mom. Coming.
Yasha, what are you doing here?
I'm not doing anything. Let's go.
Big wash, you say?
Yes.
And what items were drying on the clothesline?
There were winter trousers, sweaters, jackets, hats. Golovin noticed that the laundry was out of season. Why wash autumn and winter clothes at the end of May? It seemed weird to me too. The detective thought he should inquire about it with the mother of the missing girl.
We'll check.
Before entering Sophia Kogutova's apartment, Golovin looked around. He noticed that the watchman did not lie. The Kogutovs and the Rappaports did share the same clothesline. Stealing the neighbor's underwear was easy.
Comrade Golovin?
Sophia Mikhailovna, good afternoon.
Well, any news? How did the interrogation of Rappaport go? Any chance of finding my girl alive?
I'm sure your daughter is alive. I'll tell you more, we're almost there. Now I need your help.
Of course, but I told you everything I knew.
You don't have to say anything. Show me your daughter's wardrobe. I'll come upstairs now.
Golovin's plan was simple. If the closet was empty, then the girl was most likely alive. She decided to escape from Odessa and prepared warm clothes for herself in advance. And then she and her mother simply imitated the disappearance.
Wardrobe?
Yes.
You mean the closet?
Closet, yes. You see, this is very important for the investigation. Just show me. Let's go. There's no choice anyway. Let's do it.
Oh, please.
Please, after you. Can I see?
Yes?
Let's see. And that's all? Rather empty.
We do not live high, Detective. I'm raising my daughter alone, and my husband left us 10 years ago.
What does Violetta wear in the fall?
She wears what you see. We generally share the wardrobe with her.
Sophia, a couple of days ago, you told me you hid Violetta's toothbrush in the closet. Could you show it to me, please?
Golovin saw that Kogutova was cornered. His question has got her trumped. There was no daughter's toothbrush in the house. the mother of the missing girl decided to tell the truth, yet behaving as a victim of fate and circumstances.
Sit down, Nestor Ivanovich.
Thank you.
Young women of resembling appearance disappeared under similar circumstances in Odessa during a year. Violetta Kogutova mysteriously vanishes from a toilet of the summer dance floor in Taras Shevchenko Park. Watchman Yakov Rapoport, an ex-music teacher being Violetta's neighbor, is a prime suspect in the investigation. The girl's lingerie was found in his cabin. Yakov confesses of stealing it a week ago from the clothesline. Detective Nestor Golovin asked the missing girl's mother to show the clothes her daughter wore, but the closet turns out empty. If the girl's disappearance was an accident, then who took all her clothes?
Sit down, Nestor Ivanovich.
Thank you.
It's quite tough. You see, I've been raising my daughter alone. What's in store for her? I don't want my and her grandmother's fate for her. So I decided to help Violetta fix a good marriage. A month ago, she met a man. He courted her, invited her abroad. He works there.
Really?
I didn't let her go. I told my daughter that they should marry first and then go wherever she wished. And 2 weeks ago, he came to propose. Bella, you occupied the entire rope again. I'm taking it off. It's already dried up. I'll take a basin, take it off. There's no need to raise a fuss. Mom, this is Sensanich. Well, hello. Hey, Viola's got a suitor, Sofa. Or is this her missing dad? Come into the house before the neighbors die of envy.
The mature age of Viola's sweetheart was perfectly obvious, and there was no foreign chic about him either. Ordinary suit, shirt, shoes.
Mama, please meet Alexander Alexandrovich Shur, my fiancé, and he's taking me to England. Oh, hold it. How about the passport and the rest of the paperwork? Mom, please. Don't, Mom. Even sprats are transmitted with documents.
Son Sonyich tried to explain that he was a high-profile diplomat and it wouldn't be difficult for him to arrange for documents retroactively.
How do I know you are a real diplomat? I can see your fancy schmancy briefcase, but who knows what you carry in it? Mom, we love each other. Please don't start. Sansanich is a decent person. Hush.
Believe me, I love Violetta.
The suitor swore that he'd never do any harm to Violetta. She would live in love and prosperity. He went on getting different delicacies Sophia Mikhailovna had never tasted out of his briefcase. The woman's heart started to melt, but son Sanych's last argument became a match ball.
And in a month, we will move you over there. Meanwhile, here is 1,000 rubles. Is it really normal to ask for cash and a bunch of canned food?
Nestor Ivanovich, mind you, I was raising my daughter all alone for all my life.
You said for 10 years. Where does your future son-in-law work?
I don't know. It was embarrassing to ask. Some secret service.
Really? And are the delicacies he brought you still here?
Yes.
Well then, pick them up and let's go.
Where to?
To draw a portrait of your son-in-law. Come on.
Sophia Mikhailovna described a man who suited her daughter and possibly illegally took her abroad. Here is his portrait. Not much to grab onto. Another thing that seemed to upset the woman was that the police inquiry proved that no Alexander Shur was among diplomatic service personnel. Most likely, the future son-in-law lied. But Shur's food gifts offered a good lead to locating him. Detectives found this mug and an opener with a logo of the LTC company, Liner Travel Club. It was a special Soviet-British joint venture chartering the Black Sea Fleet's ships for organizing cruises around the world. For individual Soviet citizens, the Iron Curtain could be occasionally lifted. Best workers, party and government big cheeses, actors and poets might enjoy an opportunity to board a cruise ship and to travel the world.
The ship's carrying capacity is 750 passengers. Happy sailing, Ivan Franko.
Some of the vouchers were available to passengers from the USSR, while the rest was distributed by LTC's UK office. For foreigners, the price was ridiculous, and Western tourists often traded their dollars for matryoshka dolls, samovars, caviar, and vodka they received from Soviets. The detective made inquiries on the days when Tatyana Skorik and Violetta Kogutova disappeared. Liners chartered by LTC entered Odessa port and then set off for around-the-world cruises and, among other countries, called it England's ports. Notably, Violetta's fiancé promised to take the girl exactly there.
No, it's impossible. Because your proposal is very expensive.
The detectives were sure now that they should look for Violetta's fiancé at the LTC office. The company's director was a very important person and a very busy person. His position allowed him to behave at ease, even with the detectives of the attorney's office. My dear, I'm really sorry, but I do have to run now. I am really busy. Of course, I understand that you're looking for someone, but unfortunately, I don't know locals too well. I know Marina Vladi, I know Vladimir Vysotsky, but I simply cannot remember all the employees of our company. The director said that he had already called the senior HR executive to his office. He would come and help. All employees of the company passed through Comrade Bravrochkin.
May I come in?
Yes. The man's face strikingly resembled a portrait of the missing girl's fiancé, and besides, he stuttered. Comrade Bravrochkin, this is Comrade...
Golovin.
Yes, from the attorney's office. Please provide the utmost assistance. Make yourself comfortable in my office, and I have to fly to Cuba.
Artyom Sergeyevich Bravrochkin. Can I help you? It's okay, thank you. We've already discussed everything with your boss.
Golovin decided not to show Bravrochkin the wanted man's poster.
Come over.
At the end of the day, Golovin appeared at the company's front door, though not alone this time. The mother of the missing Violetta Kogutova was expected to identify a man who looked like her daughter's fiancé.
Oh, there he is. San Sanich. What's going on? Why didn't he go to Violetta? Where is my daughter?
Sophia, I'm afraid to upset you, but I think he never planned to marry Violetta. According to the secretary, Comrade Bravrochkin, which is his real name, has been married for 15 years. Tolya, stop him.
Comrade Bravrochkin! Stop! Comrade Bravrochkin! Comrade Bravrochkin! Police. You've been detained.
Bravrochkin. How is it possible? You, a married man, go to propose to another woman, bringing all these salamis and canned food. Then you promise to take her abroad without a passport.
Bravrochkin told that Violetta did indeed go to England, though the man she would marry was not him.
It was a lord. What lord? An English lord.
A year ago, Lord Sewell, a co-chairman of their company, visited Odessa. The high guest was walking in the park and saw a girl who looked very much like his late wife. It was Tatyana Skorik, who disappeared a year ago.
Hello.
He invited the girl to go with him to England.
Obviously, she didn't have any documents, and she fled illegally.
Tatyana Skorik was not a timid 10. Having settled in England, she dumped the Lord and moved either to Portsmouth or to Liverpool.
And what did the Lord do? He sent a picture of his ex-wife and asked me to find someone new who looked like her.
Ravochkin had no intention to satisfy the Lord's whim until Violetta showed up in his office a month ago.
Hello, may I come in?
Yes, please come in.
I am a new university graduate,
Wonderful.
and I would love to get a job in your company.
Thank you. We will consider your candidacy.
Thank you a lot. Goodbye.
The HR officer sent the girl's picture to England. The Lord was happy. He begged to ship the girl as soon as possible.
Violetta agreed immediately, but persuading her mother was quite a challenge. How did the dress end up in the kvass barrel?
Violetta was supposed to disappear quietly the night she went to the dance party. The HR officer took a bag with her autumn clothes and waited in the park. The girl didn't show up.
Finally, where have you been for so long?
Oh, this guy stalked me at the dance party.
Okay, never mind. Let's go.
Later, Ravochkin found out that boys had a fight at the dance floor because of Violetta.
Okay, you're dead.
What'd you say? Come here. Who are you? Then she had to get rid of an annoying friend who did not want to let her go alone.
Wait a minute. I'm going to go to the toilet.
Violetta took off her dress to appear at the port in a different outfit.
Take it.
The HR officer threw the dress into the kvass barrel. He hoped that when the police find it, they'd think that some maniac had kidnapped the girl. Who are you? Get out of here!
Get lost, man!
In 1976, the USSR Criminal Code contained no law making state border crossings illegal. However, the fact of an illegal border crossing was subject to criminal prosecution. Under this article, HR Officer Ravochkin was convicted for 5 years as an accessory, but Tatyana Skorik and Violetta Kogutova committing the offense were unreachable for administering justice. Violetta lived with the Lord till 1993, up until his death. She never brought her mother to England. It was the case that Detective Golovin liked to bring up. He never managed to find the killer of Sonya Sherman. The ship taking the Odessa girls to the UK met with a tragic fate too. In 1986, as a result of pilot error, the ship sank off the New Zealand coast. Fortunately, all passengers and crew members were rescued.